Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We're so excited to see all of you today. Please feel free to comment where you're joining from. We would love to know. We'll get started in a few minutes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Feel free to comment where you're joining from. We would love to know. Good morning, everyone. We'll get started in just a minute. All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Katie Lockyer, and I am the Communications and Project Management Specialist here at Outreach International. And I just want to thank you all so much for joining us today for the Outreach CEO livestream series with Elene Cloete. Last week, Elene shared her vision for outreach and why community-led development is more important now than ever. Today, she'll dive into how Outreach International empowers local leaders, not by directing solutions, but by helping communities discover their own paths to overcoming poverty. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our CEO, Elene Cloete. Elene.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kate. My name is Elene Cloete, and I'm the CEO of Outreach International. Welcome back to this live stream, and thank you for joining me for the second installment of our four-part series, where we are diving into the work we do, how we do it, and why this work matters now more than ever before. If you joined me last week, you will remember that I introduced our approach, community-led development. I talked about how our method is sustainable because it's built on the existing strengths of people who are ready to lift their communities out of poverty on their own terms. And today I want to go a little bit deeper. I want to talk about the dimension of our approach that makes it truly sustainable, and that is leadership. Not leadership from us or from anyone outside a community, but instead leadership that comes from within the community. At Outreach, we believe that lasting change begins when local people recognize their own power and step forward to make the most of it. In every community we work with, there are individuals who rise to exactly this occasion. These are the natural leaders within each community, the men and women who become essential to the process of development. Without them, nothing we do would last. Why? Because the people who are most able to find solutions to the problems are the ones who have lived with the problem. They are also best at understanding the complex and subtle nuances of their unique contexts. They know the people involved in the group, and as important, they are trusted by their communities. They have existing relationships, and just as they have lived with the problem, they are also very committed to live with the solution. And this is something we've seen again and again over our nearly 50 years of work around the world. The success of any program, no matter how well designed, depends on the people who carry it forward. Because community-led development isn't automatic and it does not run on its own. We know from our work that people who lack access to resources, information, and opportunities face barriers that limit their potential. But when we equip our partners with these elements for success, they discover the leadership ability that existed within them all along. And that's why we intentionally invest in leadership development and capacity strengthening as core elements of our program design, especially in individuals who might not have had an opportunity to lead before. In 2023, we did a beautiful study to understand the experiences of grassroots leaders across the world. In Cambodia, for example, 85% of the leaders we spoke with at the time were first-time leaders. which means they've never before had the opportunity to access these skills and grow into a leadership role. And this is not leadership in a corporate sense of the word. It's about titles or formal authority. It's not about that. It's about strengthening the skills and finding the confidence to lead their communities in real and intangible ways, to manage resources, to advocate for what they need, and then share leadership because they understand the power of collective action. Now, what do we mean by leadership development and also capacity strengthening? It means that our local country teams work directly with these natural local leaders on helping them with facilitation and group coordination and also conflict management, on monitoring and evaluation of progress and the results. They help them with public speaking and storytelling. They strengthen their capacity with regard to financial management and budgeting, with regard to advocacy and outreach, and then also increasingly so, digital and financial literacy. We also provide specialized trainings, like, for example, menstrual health and nutrition awareness programs, so that leaders are prepared to address the full spectrum of their community's needs. Where we place particular focus is on our training of trainers model, so that each leader can, in turn, train others. And this creates a fantastic ripple effect of knowledge, confidence, and action that grows and spreads and just takes on a life of its own. This kind of investment has powerful results. Leaders tell us how they've gained courage, how they are stepping up in ways they've never imagined they'd be able to do, how they speak at meetings, how they lead initiatives and manage finances. They walk into government offices with confidence and they become the representatives of their communities. And they guide their local communities toward bigger and bolder goals. And that is the power of local leadership. It doesn't start with speeches from visiting experts. It starts when someone decides that they can be the one who steps forward, and then they discover that others will follow. This is why leadership lies at the center of our development model, and the data backs this up. To date, Outreach International has supported close to 2,000 of these local leaders across 203 community-based organizations globally. And because we are seeing the impact of local leaders in their communities, but also broader regions, we now want to invest even more towards strengthening their skills and also their capacity. So, as part of our Strategy 2030 plan, we are aiming to increase the number of local leaders significantly by training at least another 1,450 grassroots leaders over the next 5 years. We are especially focused on increasing the number of women in leadership roles, empowering youth leaders with 21st century skills, and then building digital capacity so that they and their communities can thrive in the world of digital technology and then also in the use of AI. And we are inviting you to be a part of this movement. Okay, so many OI supporters and then also partners often ask how they can get involved in a more hands-on way because they want to do even more good in the world. Now, what you can do that is both immediate and also very meaningful is share this and then other videos in this series with 3 people who you know would be interested in seeing them, but might not have heard of our organization before. Because when you support Outreach International, you are not just helping to fund a project, you are helping to build the leaders who will carry that progress forward. Thank you so very much for being here today. Next week, I'll share more about the outcomes we are seeing through our work and how success multiplies when people find the power within themselves to lead their own change. And I will be talking to you from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where I will be speaking at the UNC Water and Health Conference. If you happen to be at that conference or you are in the vicinity of Chapel Hill, please feel free to reach out to me on email or via LinkedIn, because it would be wonderful to connect with you. Okay, until then, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for believing in people, not just programs. And then thank you for helping us build a world beyond poverty. That's all from my side, Katie. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Elene, for sharing the kind of leadership that makes real community transformation possible. It's inspiring to see the change that unfolds when community members have the opportunity to lead and guide their communities to achieving lasting solutions to poverty. Thank you all so much for joining us today. And if you have any questions or reflections, we would love to hear from you before next week's live stream. We look forward to continuing the conversation about the power of community-led development. Thank you so much, and we will see you both next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Katie.